Other military personnel received lesser reprimands.
Marine Corps officials briefed the Yoon family privately on the investigation into the crash today. 4 Marines arrived at the family's new home in Chula Vista with full briefcases. They were behind closed doors about 3 hours. Family members chose not to speak with reporters after the meeting. After the crash, Dong Yoon said he did not blame the pilot.
Our representatives in Washington were briefed this morning on the results of the Marine investigation of the crash. Steve Atkinson is joining us now with their reaction to the news. Steve?
Well, Kim, I got a chance to speak with both Congressman Duncan D. Hunter, who's a member of the House Armed Services Committee, and Congressman Brian Bilbray, who represents the district where that crash took place. Both were pleased with the intensive investigation by the Marine Corps and confident this will not happen again.
My biggest frustration was that North Island was not used while available.
While Congressman Brian Bilbray was satisfied with the investigation by the Marine Corps, he was upset when he learned the entire accident could have been avoided if procedures had been followed or if the pilot had simply landed the jet at North Island on 3 different opportunities.
Sadly, if that offer had been taken any one of those times, we wouldn't have be talking about it today.
While they expressed their condolences to the Yoon family, both Bilbray and Congressman Duncan Hunter do not believe we will see an end to military aircraft flying over heavily populated areas.
This is a one-time thing with the F-18 in particular. It is not a systematic flaw in the F-18. After this briefing, I don't have concerns about military aircraft or commercial aircraft flying over heavily populated civilian areas.
We're not going to be closing our military operations, but we are going to be modifying operations or activities to make sure that we do everything possible to avoid it in the future.
Now, like the 2 congressmen, Councilmember Sherry Leitner, who represents District 1, is satisfied with the changes the Marines have already made to avoid another crash. She also adds, quote, "We are working with the affected families, the community, and officials to help rebuild and ensure the area is free from contamination." Steve Atkinson, 10 News.
10 News has much more on the F-18 crash investigation. Coming up new tonight at 6, we'll hear from a retired F-18 pilot and local expert for his analysis on what happened in the cockpit that day. He's accused of shooting and killing one man and injuring another on his Hamul property. Joseph Robert Orlowski is on trial for the 2nd time. The first trial ended with a deadlocked jury. Today, the second jury heard closing arguments. 10 News reporter Rhett Lawrence was in the courtroom.
There's no self-defense. There is no self-defense here.
Prosecutor Jeff Dushek argued Joseph Robert Orlowski knew what he was doing when he shot at 3 men, killing one and wounding another in December of 2006.
Good guys do good things.